Level 4 cities have been unlocked in the Biozone, and we have some crazy rallies for you guys to see in this video, so tune in. Greetings commanders and welcome to a new Kiss of War video. My name is Eagle and we are back again in the Biozone. This is actual footage of the Biozone right now as we are spectating the test runs that are going on in Kiss of War. And a lot have happened in this video. Level 4 cities have been unlocked. We're going to show you some amazing rallies that are going on in this video and some crazy action overall. We also do stream on Twitch all the wars that will happen in the future and specifically in this actual test run right now. So go ahead, give us a follow over there. It will mean the world to me. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So as you guys can see from the footage right beside me, all three level 4 cities have been captured by Zone 3, the zone that I'm actually spectating in this test run. And capturing those cities was not as easy as you think. Those cities have a hell lot of invaders, millions and millions of troops, and we're going to show you all the footage of actual capturing these cities, and then we're going to go through the battle reports of actually capturing these cities. We're going to look at the mistakes, and we're going to show you guys how to best tackle these cities and capture them with your zone. Now, it's worth mentioning that right now, these three cities, if you go ahead and look at these, give the same exact buff, which is 10% gathering added to your guild mates over there. The guild that captures those cities will get this buff. And right next on the calendar over here, or the counterattack progress right now, which is basically the same as the zone news, we have the zone command center opening very soon. In 6 hours, it will be available for open. It will last, however, like the event lasts in 6 hours, but once this timer ends, you will have to wait another 6 hours so that this specific building will be available for attack. And that's fine. We're going to cover all that tomorrow's video. So you're going to see all that happening in tomorrow's video. And this is going to be interesting because, hey, level 4 cities were hard to actually get. I can't believe how many troops there would be in level 5, level 6, let alone the Pentagon itself and all the other structures. So this is going to be interesting. The challenge is real. And without further ado, let's go ahead and show you guys some images about this rally. So first off, let's go ahead and show you the footage of the actual rally that hit the level 4 city. The rally will be hitting this specific city over here, which is PRP. Now, PRP is a guild that was helped from different guilds in order to capture the city. Some of the players that had tier 5s and tier 4s joined this specific guild in order to help them out, take out the city, and we have all that captured for you guys. Now, we couldn't, however, do this on a live video because simply what happened in the zone is that they all agreed that they will do this at reset. So I was like, okay, I'll just wait for reset to do a video. But then they did that 2 hours before reset, which was a bit weird. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. We still got the footage for you guys. So let's go ahead and show you the actual fight. Now, before we start rolling this video, I just want to give a huge thank you to Prophecy, which is an R5 of SIR Guild, which is in Zone 3 right now, participating in the test run of server versus server. And thank you so much for capturing this video for us so that we can show the community over here. Now, before we start this video, I just want to note out of the actual rally or the march that is actually hitting this specific or taking the whole damage of this specific town. Now, as you guys can see, this Ophelia march over here led by Jeffy, he is basically going with Ophelia and Chloe, both maxed out in terms of skills, levels, and everything. His Ophelia is only 4 stars, however, but she is maxed out in terms of level, and she does not have any training. However, in terms of Chloe, she is maxed out in terms of training. So that's an overall pretty solid officers to lead the rally. Now, the other marches started hitting immediately after the rally hit, which is actually exactly what you need to do. So you need the rally to hit first, and the other marches will hit afterwards. Now, Jeffy is a very strong tier 5 player. He was helping out PRP gain this specific city over here. So as you guys can see, these are his 5 marches. One of them is running the rally. Once the rally hits, all the other marches must start swarming the city. Now, one mistake they did over here, so if we start rolling this video, one mistake that I see they did over here, some of these marches actually took a lot of time in order to start swarming the city, and some of these marches did not have the actual good officers. I see Ophelia over there. I see some other marches right now over there. So the purpose of this, now I want you guys first of all to guess the amount or the number of invaders in the comments below. Tell me how many invaders do you think this city has? Now, you'll be shocked by the amount of number of invaders that this actual city has. Because look at these troops, they're getting devastated. Look at the HPs. Defeated left and right marches, and those invaders did not even drop under 50% health. The rally is still looking healthy at about 80% health. It's a very strong rally mixed out between tier 4s and tier 5s, majority tier 4s. But it's still a very strong rally. So as you guys can see, the rest of the marches are actually started swarming right now. Problem is there is not enough marches over there to actually take out this city. So they're having a bit of a trouble over here. Now, Jeffy is attacking with tier 5s, and tier 5 marches are starting to melt down right now. One of his marches, which is Natalia, as you guys can see right over here on this side, this march is pretty solid because Natalia has like a huge healing and she is right now taking all the hits. There are some couple of marches joining the fight right now, but as I said, there are not enough marches to actually take out the city in this current video. So this is one of the problems that this this specific guild was actually facing, is the lack of players to take out the city. Nevertheless, some of these players are actually now participating in this event. So as you guys can see, Prince over there is participating in this event. He has also tier 4s and tier 5s. And the rally is still looking healthy. The city started going down right now in terms of health. Some of the marchers are actually going back into the fight. And some of them, like most of the marchers, have been defeated. But the rally is still looking healthy. So one of the problems that actually happened over here is that, as we said, they did not have enough marchers. They did not go immediately after the rally hits, which kind of slowed down the process over there. But overall, that's a really good performance, knowing to the fact that how many troops were in this city in terms of the invaders. The city is almost defeated, and there you go, guys. That is almost it right now. The invaders have been defeated in the city, and they have taken over the city right now in any second. And there we go. So this was a hell of a fight. A lot of tier 4s, a lot of tier 5s have went into the city. Too many losts did happen right now, and we're gonna actually show you guys some of the images of the reports that were actually included in the city. Now, this report over here is representing the mainly represents the rally, only the rally report. So this is basically the rally versus the city. Now, as you guys can see, in terms of the city, this city has 7 million troops. Yes, you heard that right. 7 million tier 4 troops. And that is insane. I've never actually seen a city or like a place that has that many troops. Problem is, that's only a tier 4 city, right? So imagine a tier 5 or even a tier 6 city, how many troops they would have. And that actually brings a lot of questions to like this, like, is this actually, like, this has to be changed, right? Like 7 million troops on a tier 4 city is just too much. Leave me your ideas or suggestions in the comment below, but I think this is, personally, I think this is too much, especially for a new server, not like a well-built server, probably like a well-established server that has many guilds. That would be not a problem. They would just swarm them with tier 5s and tier 4s. They would take that out immediately. But I mean, still, I mean, this is only a level 4 city. I like the challenge, but I mean, this is too much, especially if you want to scale that up to tier 5s and tier 6, even going all the way to the Pentagon and the command center. That's going to be a hell lot of troops, and I don't know what is going on right now, but I mean, let's go through this report over here. So this, like the Ophelia and the Chloe, had 2.2 million troops in there, which is a huge capacity. It's not the maximum capacity you could get, but still that's huge. They basically were lost or seriously wounded troops were about 200k. They lost 41k troops. Now, the lost troops over here are only because the hospitals actually filled, not because attacking cities with invaders actually makes you lose troops. This is very important to notice over here. The only thing that actually made those troops or those losses are the actual like hospitals being filled up, rather than the invaders actually inflicting losses on your on the rally itself. Now, going further through this report, it shows you that the wounded troops were about 700k, which is a lot of wounded troops, but they were already healed up once you go back to the base. And the healed troops, which is also incredible, there were about 280k troops healed in that specific rally, which I think is amazing as well. Now, very important thing to notice in this rally is that the unit buffs over here. Let me show you guys right now a footage of the actual status of both the invading troops and the rally itself. Now, the troop boosts over here of the invading troops to the right side, which is the defenders, are actually pretty solid. Like, I've seen some invaders, and in terms of Ghost Trouble event, in terms of like multiple events, invaders have never actually got those amounts of boosts. And this actually is pretty, like, these troops, like, or these boosts over here are actually pretty solid. And also lies some question marks on the level 5 and level 6 cities and other structures higher leveled. Like, how you can actually scale this up. If you scale this up even more than that, then those 7 million troops would be dealing so much damage. It would be so hard to actually take them out, let alone if you even want to add more troops to that. So that's like 10 million troops. Some of them are tier 5s. That's going to be like almost impossible to take out. You would need like 3 rallies at the same time hitting that, and like, I don't know, like probably 200k marches trying to swarm that. You're going to be losing a lot of troops in the process, and that would require a lot of resources to heal up and whatnot. So a lot of balances must be taken into consideration over here in terms of the boost, in terms of the actual number of troops that this city has. And yeah, I mean, like, this is not fair, especially because this guy is basically have already tier 5s, have already maxed out in terms of research. His guild is almost maxed out in terms of the war research, and he is running all those like, look at his boost right now. So the guild that he's actually in is not maxed out. In like in the original guild, he had that maxed out. So these boosts will go up in terms like probably 10 to 20%. But I mean, overall, these are actually good boosts, and it still took a lot of troops to actually take out their rally. Now, in terms of actual like battle, what was like the composition of this specific rally was, if you guys are curious to know that as well. So they had a couple of tier 5s over there, an overall of about, so if we look at the tier 5s, that's 150k tier 5 tanks. These are 80k tier 5 anti-tanks, and that's 50k tier 5 infantry. So that's overall about 280k tier 5 units, and probably the rest, which is basically about 2 million troops, or 1.9 million troops to be exact, tier 4 units mixed between tanks, anti-tanks, and infantry, which is exactly what you need to be running with Ophelia and Chloe, so that Chloe would actually activate her passive ability or skill, which will allow her to increase the maximum damage dealt in the combat. Now, this is actually a pretty solid rally. As you guys can see, both Chloe and Ophelia had maximum levels and maximum skills. Also, if like Chloe had maximum training level, which also helps a lot, and Ophelia did not have any training level, which is still a bit hard to obtain. But in terms of the invading troops, they had 2.3 million of each type. So that means 2.3 million tanks, 2.3 million infantry, and 2.3 million anti-tanks. All of them are tier 4s, which is actually scary for a bit, as, hey, that's hard. That's hard to actually take out. Now, the scaling of the server versus server. I understand that, hey, they want to make it challenging, they want to make it, you know, fun. I understand the challenge and I like the challenge, but I mean, for level 4 city, I think that was a bit much, to be honest with you guys. I don't know what you guys think about that. You gotta leave me in the comments below. What are your thoughts about that? We are taking your feedback, sending it immediately to the developers, and they're doing the enhancements and adjustments on like live immediate adjustments. They also adjusted the tile spawning, so we had like a problem where that there were not enough resource tiles in the first zone, so they adjusted the spawn rate of those. Now they're spawning in multiple numbers, because imagine like having about 300 to 500 people in one specific zone all jammed up. So what like our suggestion was to actually increase the number of spawning, at least in the first zone or in the corners, so that these players can actually spawn and not having to return back to their zone to actually gather resources and then go back to the biozone, which is actually possible doing 2 targeted teleports, if you haven't know that, by the way. And they're taking all our feedback and immediately implementing it on the game if it's actually constructive feedback and helps in the progression of the zone. Now, in terms of difficulty, I think that was high difficulty, especially for newer servers. Like this server is established, this is zone 3. This is one of the very like oldest zones in the game. They have full, probably all of them or most of them have maxed out officers and really good amounts of troops. So you have to take that into consideration as well when you are looking at newer zones in this game. I don't know what you guys think about that. Make sure to leave me in the comments below. How, like, was this actually difficult to take out, or would you scale that down? Would you scale that up? Tell me in the comments below. We also have tomorrow's video, which is going to be about the Commander Center. Actually, tomorrow we're doing 2 videos just to celebrate that we got monetized on the channel. All thanks to you guys. It's like without you guys, none of this would have actually been happened. So thank you so much, deepest from the deepest part of my heart. And we're definitely going to be seeing you on the next video. Make sure to go to the Twitch for the live streams about the wars and whatnot, which is going to happen very soon. In a couple of days, these barriers will open and all the zones will clash together. So if you're excited to see that, make sure to follow us on Twitch. We also do giveaways over there. We give out gold and some really cool epic rewards in the game. So make sure to do that as well. And for now, Eagle out.